Guys, we are back with a very special episode today. This is one of my longest business partnerships and a close friend. I like Amir. He's awesome. Guys, I got to tell you a quick story before I introduce Amir. I, in my entire career, have only ever taken a meeting from a cold call one time. Literally, everything else, I'm like, sorry, buddy, click. Like, I'm not rude to them because I understand that the aspect and the grind and everything. But from a cold call, I've only ever taken one meeting, and that was with our friend Amir. And so I thought there was nobody else better to sort of give us a download on exactly what his sort of process looked like. And because things are cyclical, right? What cold calling was effective in 1 minute, and then the next minute, like everyone's things are voicemail, spam dialers, and then we implement new technologies and processes to overcome those hurdles. So everything's cyclical, and I think cold calling is making a comeback this year. So or this time. So
for sure.
Amir, tell us a little bit about
that was your first. It's an honor.
Thank you. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about CloudTask and some of the changes you've got there. Let's introduce that, and then we'll jump into the cold call piece.
CloudTask is a two-sided RevOps marketplace that is multi-vendor and combines the ability for someone like you, a chief revenue officer, to come in and compare agencies. There's over 46 different types of agencies: SEO, content, lead gen. Like I got an article about it that you can check it out. But yeah, different types of agencies, thousands of full-time employees that are remote candidates, and thousands of revenue generating softwares like Dubb. And we try to bring it all together in one place so that a company can not only find Dubb, but they can also at the same time find remote candidates that have used Dubb or agencies so they can get up and running. So for us, that HubSpot wheel is all these revenue operation softwares like Dubb, and then all of the amazing agencies, consultants, trainers, and full-time people around it. And I could go on forever because I
love it. I love what you're building over there. And it's just like our platform, like we're evolving, right? Times are changing. And if you're not changing, you're not adapting, you're dying potentially. Like you're going to go somewhere. So
think of us like Home Depot though, right? I think what people forget is that, marketplaces, like people forget that eBay, the marketplace, Amazon, it's a marketplace. Did you guys know that when you buy something from Amazon and it's not Amazon's, they're keeping a fee from the seller? Bet you didn't know that, but that's how it works. Uber, it's a marketplace. Airbnb, it's a marketplace. So yeah, I'm like helping people find agencies, technologies, and candidates that, with the revenue powering software is awesome. And then as your platform keeps growing, we're the company that needs to actually document that into a specific listing and tell people how it helps them, right? So like you might really help. A feature that you pump out might really help real estate agents. And we're going to write, Dubb's video messaging and outbound tool for real estate agents that want to rent houses. And then we can really help those people. So as you're innovating as a marketplace, we're listening and trying to match people with your innovation and the features that they want.
That's amazing. Very similar to concept as what we do here as well. We listen to our audience, we listen to our customers, and then we go build this stuff. So I love what you're doing over there. And guys, for our audience, come check out Amir. There's maybe some value you can get, definitely some value you can get from. It's like the Home Depot for business, whether you're going to be a part of the marketplace or just take advantage of the services there, the employees, remote candidates for hire. It's like I said, you're going to find something useful for your business there. So
and I know why. I remember why the call was successful. It was back in COVID. And the reason why the call was successful, because as a chief revenue officer, your business has been growing with inbound for quite some time, but thinking about outbound was on your mind from day one, right? Yeah. So I think when I called you, I was just straightforward and said, "Hey, my name's Amir. I'm with I run a sales agency that works for SaaS companies. We help people generate meetings like this on outbound." And I'm assuming that because I was just confident and clear, and because outbound is something you always thought about, that the call worked because I kind of just straightforward and honest, right? And I think that's the biggest thing. And then I heard some things that you said about outbound being dead and alive. I'm laughing because I'm like, it's the offer that's dead or alive. So it's what people are selling that matters the most, right? And obviously look, we be real with you. A really good salesperson selling really bad products, that's kind of like a con artist, because then you're buying the wrong shit. So I don't like that. But really good products and services with a good outbound caller, then you're helping people, right? So, right, like if you have if you're like a B2B loan company, right, and you cold call the right company who's struggling with interest rates, and I'm so sorry, I know that you probably get a lot of these calls today, but interest rates are going down, and we'd love to help you refinance. They might be resistant at first, but if you can refinance that loan at a lower rate for them, and you make money helping them save money, you did a great job. But it's all context, right? So, yeah.
So that was definitely one part of it. I know another, for me personally, what was interesting is that there was a leader title on the call, right? You didn't say, hey, I'm a salesperson from whatever. And so that was a big part of it for me personally, because I was like, oh, I have someone important calling me. Let me give them the time of day. So if one thing I would take from your advice is don't put your most junior rep with the junior title, like introduced as part of their call. Maybe don't even have to be mentioned like, hey, I'm from this company, not whatever they're. You just like some cold caller, or is this? And
I agree. I would say that SDR should be some of the highest paying roles, and they should be senior positions. But that's a whole different battle that I'm not going to be able to win. So I'm not.
But regardless, the title that the person is on the phone, that makes a difference too. Because if you think that you're speaking to someone who's, oh God, just another cold caller, versus someone of importance at another company, that sort of breaks some ice as well. So I think that was a small part of it. Now,
well, that's like people call it founders-led growth, right? But that's just not. It's not something that every company can do, right? But every company can obviously hire a higher level person to do that kind of outbound. And if you can imagine that the deal size is $50K to $1 million or more, it's definitely worth the time for sure.
Exactly. So I mean, if you're selling a $10 e-commerce product or whatever, there's no chance, right? No, no way you're going to hire a senior level talented person outbound at a $10 product. So we need it with decent ticket size. So what we're talking about doesn't work for every single business, guys, but a lot of our applications are going to make this fit. So, okay, we talked about some sort of the messaging itself, the fact that it was timely, professional, relevant, and maybe from a position of some authority. Those are some really important elements of the call itself. But I want to actually peel back a little bit. I want to go one layer before. I think, I was so impressed by the call previously, like many years ago, that I actually interviewed you a little bit, asked some questions. And I remember, I think you had told me about a service. I don't know if this was a technology or a person, but was doing some human verification prior to calling. What was that like? Yeah.
Well, that is Michael, if you look at so we break things down in our marketplace as like jobs to be done, business challenges, right? Success metrics. Right. So let's look at a business challenge as, my contact data isn't accurate enough for me to get the connections, right? Then there are agencies that their job to be done would be verifying numbers and emails to make sure that if you got a guy who's very good at calling, you want him having conversations, and he's going to have more conversations by having clean data. And those companies will take data from like the Apollos, the Zoom Infos, the big companies that have a lot of data, and they'll then verify it to make sure that when I called, Ruben did pick up, right?
See, I think
Darius. Sorry, I confused you.
Yeah, I know, right. So I love the idea too, because in our own just recent experiments and clients' experiments, what I've heard is a lot of the times it's going straight to voicemail, or it goes to an operator voicemail, or a human operator. And then, like we're talking about using like some technology for pumping volume, right? We're not just saying, oh, you're dialing one number at a time from a cell phone and then dealing with an operator. Like that's going to shoot your guy who's good on the phone right in the foot. It's going to cut their
so now you shift it over to software that can then take those verified numbers and accelerate it. And a lot of those are called verified parallel dialers. And right now you got Orem. These are companies in our marketplace too. You can find them: Orem, Nooks, Salesfinity. They'll all parallel dial at the same time. They're calling 10 at a time, listening to the things, then dropping off the call and connecting another one. And one thing to do really cool is that if you get 100 voicemails, they just left 100 voicemails for you. You don't have to do it. So those are 3 tools that I've used to work with. They're all in our marketplace, and they will 100%. I'm like, some of those tools, 8 hours a day, they're calling 1,500 numbers.
Right.
They're leaving 600 voicemails, and you're talking to 30 people. Yeah.
And imagine like how much that would take to do that all manually with a cell phone. It's like not even comparable.
I don't have to imagine. It's like 7x. Listen, if you're telling us SDR to make $100 a day, do the math. If there's 1,500 dials, you 15x the call output, right? And then you have more opportunities to train, because if you got a guy or a girl or someone who identifies as they, them. I don't know. I don't want to insult anybody.
Right.
You're basically paying for them to listen to voicemails and do these things versus having conversations. And you can't, if you have 5 conversations in, you can coach, you can get better. But if you can't even have those conversations, then what are you going to coach them on? Like how to like hang up and make pretend they're working?
Right.
So yeah,
no, I love that concept too, because it's like, yeah, maybe you pay a little bit more for a technology or something, but in the end, your ROI is massive, because like you just said, you're paying somebody to listen to voicemails or to dial numbers or something. That's a serious time consumption, and using these technologies. And also, so you mentioned it's either an agency or jobs for like a hiring service. Do you have a recommendation in the marketplace for that verification part?
Well, I do. Yeah, I definitely do. I just can't shout them all off. My head.
No, you're good. You're good. We won't put you on the spot like that.
There's several agencies that operate that. One of the softwares that we really like is Ample Market. We've been very impressed because their mobile numbers are very accurate and their emails are very accurate. So I definitely want to give them a shout out because like what we in our marketplace, we look at jobs to be done, business challenges, success metrics, and software expertise as being things that are all common between software agencies and candidates, right? Yeah. So we talked about that job to be done. I would say that from a software perspective, Ample Market would be a recommendation. From an actual agency standpoint, I think it's cloudlead.io. I forgot the name because I'm like I work with so many agencies.
You got 1,000 people in there, man. We don't play.
And then I actually have some remote candidates that are experts at it as well. One is Matthew Mercado. He was working with me for 10 years. Wow. We stopped working with each other. He opened up an agency called Alpha Leads, and he's on the marketplace, and Amazing. He has all those skills. But it's fun. I help him try to get out there because I've taught him for 10 years. But you can't tell because he's a little shy because he's in the Philippines. But I helped him with his listing to be like, don't put executive assistant. You help verify phone numbers. You did this. So yeah, there are candidates that have experience, and sometimes you could also bring on a candidate that has that expertise, that has worked with the software agencies, right? So yeah, I thank you for me on the spot. I wish I knew this stuff.
No, you're like I said. I don't blame you. You got 1,000 plus things to memorize. So the point is, guys, is this one marketplace, Amir's marketplace here, has everything that we just talked about in making this cold calling effort effective. Because if you guys have tried this, especially recently, you will have experienced all the issues we're talking about. You go to voicemail, you get stuck at the gatekeeper, you have bad data, right? The numbers just don't, they ring to nothing, or they go, this number cannot be completed as dialed, or whatever. So all those issues result in you paying for somebody to sit there and listen to those issues and deal with those issues, instead of having actual conversations with your prospects, learning, training, and getting sharper. So
one of my pet peeves, and I'm different, right? Like I like the fact that people are working, and I like the fact that people are trying. And when people call me and say, "Hey, is this Amir?" I go, "Speaking. How can I help you?" They go, "How are you?" And in my mind, I'm like, "You're not my psychiatrist.
Right? You don't actually care about how I'm doing. Like, get to the point."
They don't listen. They don't realize that when I said, "How can I help you?" I want them to say, I got this awesome product that I think is going to help you save some money, and I wanted to present it to you. And they're not direct with me, and I hang up on them, and I tell them bad things because they waste my time. They spend so much time on how are you? Now, this might work in America because I think feelings are more important in America than I don't know. I think feelings are very important in America versus reality. But for me, I'm cold-blooded. It's like I want them to be like, I want them to basically say, I work with XYZ, we do XYZ, and I wanted to present it to you with the hopes that you would buy it. Can I earn your right to do that? And I would say, sure, send it. But because they spend so much time on my feelings, I hang up on them. But this is tread carefully, because I think I'm strange these days. So I might not be like 99% of the leaders you call.
No, that's what I would kind of say. I think it, again, totally dependent person to person, but I would feel like most of the people are going to be in a position more similar to yours, where like I'm extremely busy, but I'm also in a position of like business development, sales, marketing, whatever. I understand you're doing your job and I can respect that. But unless you respect my time and get straight to the point, I'm going to want to hang up the phone too. Like, I don't want to hear any fluff or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
listen, how are you is good. I come home, my wife says, how are you, honey? And I talk to her and I give her, and that's the person I want to talk about. I want to talk to my feelings with her. Sometimes, depending. Yeah. Yeah,
You don't
she's
want
got the best
to. You don't want
chance.
to share how our day's going with some stranger on the phone who just cold call us, right? So
Unless it's like, unless I put a post like I need a friend and somebody to talk to, and you call me, and you're like, I saw your post. How you doing? How you feeling? Right? It would apply. But no, I love people that are like, Amir, you're busy, you're CEO. Appreciate you answer the call. This is why I called. This is what I do. What do you think? And I fucking tell them the truth, man. And I had a guy do this to me recently with B2B loans. His name was Jake. I'm gonna give him a shout out. But he was direct to the point, and he got me to complete an application. He got me to shout him out on a podcast. And it's because he didn't ask me how I was feeling.
Right.
He went right to it. Yeah.
I appreciate that. And I
think
I
have that shirt at my house.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah.
I got a few of them.
Well, good. So, guys, if you are looking at cold calling anytime,
guys, girls, they and them, and you can't.
Yeah. Guys, everyone.
You live in California, man. I don't understand. I learned from you.
Dudes, bro. Yeah, that's not. Guy, everybody, anyone listening. Cold calling, definitely don't go the route of I'm just going to pick up my cell phone and start dialing stuff. You're going to run into brick walls and headaches and hurdles and waste a bunch of time, a bunch of money listening to voicemails and stuff. So skip that, guys. Take this download. Use the marketplace that's available. We're going to have the link connected to this video, to this blog. You're going to be able to go straight to Amir's marketplace. And
I would videos and find SDRs that know how to use it at the same fucking time. That'd be awesome.
This one-stop
shop. Dream. That's that's my dream. My dream scenario.
I love that. We have the same dream too. Anyone needs anything video, you have a one-stop. Record them, share them, track them, ROI, measure it all in one place. You need a cold caller, you need services, agency, technology. That's Amir's platform. So anybody considering cold calling that hasn't yet implemented, if you already have an expert, parallel dialing system, human verified, you've already have all this, congratulations. But if you're
pause. If you don't have an offer that people want, you're just going to accelerate failure. So now you can go.
No, okay. So yeah, let's
take a look in the mirror and say, would I like this offer? Does it have value to me? I want to give you an offer for Dub. Yeah. Can I give you an offer for Dub? Can I cold call you and you make it pretend that you're a real estate agent? Awesome. Wait a second. You're not rude. Yeah. Hey, Darius, what's up? This is Amir. I'm calling from Dub. The reason I called, I got to be real straightforward with you, is that we've seen a lot of real estate agents that have seen a slowdown in sales. And what we've noticed is that real estate agents that use personalized video with their follow-up have increased their conversion rates on home buyers by 25%. And I wondered if that would help you make more money. And if so, if I could send over some more information or meet with you to show how other real estate agents have used Dub to improve their conversion rates. How do you feel about that?
25%, huh?
That was the weakest offer too.
I know. I think it's a better offer. 25% of business would mean a lot for me. So show me the numbers.
No, listen, because I called you, what I'm going to do for you is I actually will analyze all your outbound and give you a report on all of the feedback and improvements. And normally consultants charge $10K for this, but since we are Dub and we got it in-house, that's going to be for you. And the only ask is that after you get that offer, keep us in mind. That's it.
That sounds good. Send me the link.
All right. Well, you're an easy sell.
Yeah. I'm kidding. I mean, I'll tell you guys.
You're thinking about it now. You're like, wait, that is our pit. Yes, that's our cold call. I just gave it to you.
Right. No, I was going to say that's really the key is your product, your offering or whatever, it to different people. Like you can't sell dog food to cat owners, right? So your offer needs to be what people consider irresistible. So especially
you can sell cat food to dog people.
Right, but it's not going to be
an irresistible value. I've fed some dogs this cat food, and surprisingly, they grew by 3 inches. But that's a little bit shady. But yeah,
right, exactly. And that's the strength of the offer. So it's a matter of first finalizing that script. Run scripts, like practice with your customers. Make sure that sounds interesting for them. Is this something that they would accept on a cold call?
How many times have you been pitched by a software development company?
More times than I can count.
How many times has a software development company offered you a free product requirement document in exchange for your time as an offer?
I don't get that far. They say, do you need software
development? Because they go, I got 20,000 developers like everybody else. They have no value, right? You don't care about that.
We have developers that do everything. And I'm like,
or
We're good.
Or hey, by the way, a lot of people fail with their projects and selecting development shops because they don't do a product requirement document. Just because I called you, I know you're not in the field right now. I can hook you up with this PRD. Typically costs $5,000. You keep it, you use it. The only ask, if we're the right fit to execute that PRD, you think of us. That's it. That's a different pitch. They don't do it. They won't listen.
But look, like it's irresistible though. Like the $5,000 of perceived value for free, right? Like that's how to make it in your offer.
But that's how I paid a company $20,000 to do a PRD for me that I never used.
Right. Yep. But so you could use it or you could not use, but I think the important part there is having perceived value, having that offer that seems irresistible to proceed the phone call into a conversion. That's I think
yeah. Hey Darius, how's it going? First class tickets to Greece are only $20,000 on Emirates, but right now we're having an offer where you can actually fly first class with you and your loved one for $10,000. Is that something I can show you?
Well, if I was considering going to the Emirates, hell yeah.
Yeah, flying Emirates, but yeah. What else you got for me, man? You're making me want a cold call. I'm all hot.
I'm like, I'm gonna go. I gotta go to the marketplace. We're gonna go turn this on right now because some of the friction that we've been talking about is things that our team, our customers have dealt with, and we listen and we say, okay, let's go find the solution. Let's present this for everybody. And so I think we have a lot of pieces of the puzzle here. The only piece that we sort of can't discuss here is truly what that irresistible offer means for your own business. I will tell you guys the trend right now, like for a lot of agencies and a lot of other people, they're offering things like money back guarantee or pay per performance type things, because that way the offer is less resistible, right? You're like, well, if I only have to pay for this or guarantee results, guarantee money back, that makes for a lot stronger offer. Now, not everybody's able to articulate some sort of irresistible or guarantee or whatever.
$1 billion company. They were offering unlimited leads, which were not unlimited. There was actually a catch to it. For like 5 years. Yeah. That was the offer. Shout out to Santosh from RB2B for his first thing at Apollo was to redo my contract for unlimited leads, which I never used, which was just awesome. Thank you for that one. It's great.
Love it. We follow them, connected to them as well. So
that was the first conversation. He's like, "We got to change your contract from unlimited." I was like, "But that's what you guys gave me, and I don't use it." It's so weird, but. I should shush before I get canceled.
Right. Don't mix the wires here. So I think, guys, if you've watched this far, you will now have an idea of how to go implement your cold calling strategy. And if you don't, you know where to begin looking. We have a marketplace full of professionals for hire, resources and technology to help you get up to speed. You can also connect with us, right? Message us on LinkedIn or whatever. We're pretty responsive, friendly guys for the most part. Right? Don't waste our time. So
say how are you?
Right. Don't ask us how we are. If you need some help, like boom, here's the answer.
I want to sell you this. This is what it does. Is how much it costs. I'll be like, okay, thank you. Yeah, I'll listen to you. Right.
And if we'll consider it, then that's it. Yeah. So that's all for today, guys. I want to thank you for your time, Amir. And if you have any questions, guys, you know the guys, ladies, gentlemen, everybody, drop them below in this post, and then